Okay, just a quick one today. Again, I'm making coconut yogurt. This is the one that I have made for quite some time before I ever even heard about Supergut. So it's a little bit different. This one is a hotter yogurt and for a shorter period of time and with regular probiotics. But it works great for me. I have had it enough that I know my stomach likes it, and that's what we're going to go with today because I think it'll mix nicely with other yogurts too. So as you can see here, I am using gelatin this time. Normally I use agar, but sometimes gelatin, just to show you the difference here. I did use a full tablespoon here to go with the 2 cans of coconut milk, and that's probably a bit much actually, and you'll see what we get at the end. I would say probably a teaspoon would have been a better way to go. I've done anywhere from a teaspoon to a tablespoon. I don't mind either way actually, because if it's a little more gelatinous, I enjoy it too. That's fine. It doesn't have to be exactly just like real yogurt because I can't have real yogurt anyway, so I don't miss it. And these are the probiotics that I used. I've been taking them for years and I do find them helpful overall. So I'll try to zoom in here and give you a little bit of what is in this. It's a nice mix of different strains. So if that's something that works for you, if that's the kind that you've been using, you might find that helpful. So just to make this clear, I am in this case using the Ninja Foodi, which is obviously not something you would use for a SIBO yogurt because that needs to be lower temperature and you cannot control the temperature with the Foodie. But it does have a yogurt setting, and that's what I had already been using. And again, regarding the Ninja Foodi, this particular product apparently is not on the market anymore, although you can still find some of them for sale on Amazon and in some stores, but they're not making this particular one anymore. I don't know why. It's a great unit. I really enjoy it, but there you go. So there's lots. If you have like an Instant Pot or anything like that, it's basically the same kind of thing. And I did froth this again this time just because that turned out so well for the other ones. And when this also, I'm going really quick here, but what it does is the Foodie actually tells you first to it brings it to a boil right away, and that's when you add your thickener, and then it tells it to cool. And I find if you just take the whole pot out and you cool it, then that's a little bit faster. So that's what I did. So I put it back in here, and then when it cooled down, it actually tells you when it's time to add in your probiotic. So I did, and you'll see from that thermometer there that it definitely is a much hotter product this time. And for whatever reason, that seems to be just fine. It works well. I end up with a really nice coconut yogurt from this. So for this particular batch, I ended up letting it go for about 16 hours and 45 minutes or so. You can do about 16 to 18 hours as long as you just keep setting the timer up so that you get the number of hours that you want. So that is what I did. And you can see it's still pretty warm. So we're at the 115-ish range, 13 to 115 roughly. And at this point with the gelatin in it, you've got, it's a little bit, this is more yogurty, but still kind of very soft. And you can see that there's a lot of water around the edges. I don't know if you can see it that well. But what we ended up with here is that everything, because of the gelatin, does kind of go gelatinous, and that includes the water. And for me, honestly, that's totally fine because the probiotics are through all of it, including the water. So I just kind of mix it all together, and then you get something that's kind of a yogurt texture. But you can see here it's a little more gelatinous than you might want. So like I said, just add a little bit less gelatin or just use agar. I find with that you do end up having a little bit of water, and the water does not go gelatinous. So you can dump that off if you want to have something that's more of a Greek style. So that worked out well, and I am enjoying it. I love this yogurt. I had no problem taking a bite of it. I knew it was going to be fine, and it was. It tastes just like every other time that I've made it. And what's really great is that I can mix the other yogurts in with it, so that even like the SporeBiotic that I made last time isn't the greatest tasting stuff, but I can mix it in with this, and then it tastes totally fine, and my stomach likes all of this stuff. So that works out really nicely. So that is it for this one. This is my kind of bringing everything together kind of yogurt because I know it's safe. I know I can use it. It's good for me. It does not have the kind of probiotic that we're talking about with the SIBO yogurt, but it's still good stuff. And I like to trying to play around with different things to see what works for my body, and that is really kind of what we're all doing, isn't it? So for some of you it'll be dairy, for some it's coconut milk or some other kind of milk. And then the different probiotics too. Some people will find the Gasseri, I think, is probably more useful for them. Some will find the Reuteri is more useful. And on we can go with the many, many different kinds. And there's a bunch of different strains I could still look at working with. So this is where we are for this one. And I like that it is always an option for me. Basically, no matter what's going on with my digestion, I can have this one. So I will just keep on making it. And I am hoping to actually make it in the ultimate probiotic yogurt maker as well in the future, but I have a little bit of a twist that I'm going to do there, and I just have to wait for some items to arrive, and then we'll show you what I'm going to do next time. I think there's kind of an exciting new development that we're working on here that is going to be pretty cool and useful for people who are making any kind of yogurt. So thanks for watching, and God bless.